Train your mind, evaluate your game, and dominate your life. Let me ask you something. When pressure hits, who do you become? If you want to perform under pressure, if you want to build confidence that lasts, if you want to separate yourself from average, you're in the right place. Welcome to the Mental Toughness by Coach P podcast, where athletes, coaches, leaders, and high performers come to train the one thing that controls everything, your mind. Each episode delivers real strategies you can apply immediately. Mental performance training, resilience and confidence, a growth mindset built on grit, and how to handle pressure and build championship habits. Hey, this isn't hype. This is training for your mind. Stop letting your past hold you back. Start building resilience today. Start becoming the version of you that performs when it matters most. For everything we offer, courses, books, mental performance training, visit our website, www.inspiringthem.com. That's inspiringthem.com. Remember now, train your mind, control your mindset, and go dominate your life. Here is this week's podcast. Well, good morning to you out there. Welcome to this week's podcast, Playing Free Under Pressure. Yes, folks, playing free under pressure. The freedom every performer wants. Have you ever watched a great athlete in a championship moment and thought, how do they look so calm? The stadium's loud, the stakes are enormous, everybody is watching, yet they appear relaxed, confident, and completely in control. What you are seeing is not the absence of pressure, it's the freedom inside the pressure. Yes, most people spend their lives trying to eliminate pressure. Elite performers learn to perform with it or within it. They understand that pressure is part of the opportunity. If the moment matters, pressure will be present. The question is not whether pressure will arrive. The question is whether you will allow it to control you. Playing free under pressure is one of the most valuable skills in sports, business, leadership, and life. It is the ability to trust yourself when the stakes are the highest. It is the ability to execute when others hesitate. It is the ability to focus on what matters instead of becoming distracted by fear. Why pressure steals freedom? Pressure does not create fear. Pressure reveals fear. Fear of failure, fear of criticism, fear of disappointment, fear of not being enough. Yes, many athletes dominate practice but struggle under the lights. Their talent did not disappear. Their preparation did not disappear. Their focus changed. Instead of playing the game, they begin playing the consequences. They think about what happens if they fail. They think about what others will say. They think about the outcome instead of the execution. The moment becomes larger than their preparation. The result is hesitation, and hesitation slows performance. Hesitation creates doubt, and doubt steals your freedom. The best performers learn to identify fear without allowing it to take control. They understand that pressure is simply evidence that the moment matters. Locker room. I'll give you a quick story here in the locker room. Stop trying to be perfect. Years ago, I coached a player who seemed to have everything. He was strong, athletic, intelligent, and dedicated. During practice, he looked unstoppable. Then Friday nights arrived. You could see the change immediately. His body language changed. His confidence changed. He became cautious. He started worrying about mistakes. After one difficult game, we sat in the locker room long after everyone else had left. Finally, he admitted what was really happening. Coach, I'm scared to make a mistake. That one sentence explained everything. The problem was not talent. The problem was focus. He had become so concerned about avoiding failure that he stopped competing freely. Over the next several weeks, we worked on one idea. Stop trying to avoid mistakes and start trying to make plays. At first, it was difficult. Years of fear don't disappear overnight. But gradually, he began trusting his preparation. He smiled more. He played faster. He became more aggressive. And most importantly, he became himself again. The lesson was powerful, folks. Freedom begins when trust becomes stronger than fear. Hey, I'm going to take a short break now because I want you to hear about 3 great online courses that we offer. Passion, goal setting, and mindset. Yes, mental performance. We'll be back in a few moments, and we'll talk about the Freedom Formula. What if the only thing standing between you and the life you want is your mindset? At Inspirational University, we've created the Success Bundle, 3 powerful courses designed to help you take control of your future. Passion, finding your dream job, helps you discover what truly drives you. Goal setting, achieve all your dreams, shows you how to turn big goals into a clear, actionable plan. And mindset, moving forward under pressure, teaches you how to control your thoughts, master your self-talk, and keep pushing forward no matter what. This isn't just motivation. It's a system for success. Get all 3 courses together for one low price. Take action today. Hit that link in the show notes below. Your future is built by what you do right now. Go build it. Hey, Coach P here, Jim Pusateri, and we are back at Inspirational University, the home of the Mental Toughness Podcast, books, and courses. Let's talk about the Freedom Formula. Preparation creates trust. Trust creates confidence. Confidence creates freedom. And freedom creates performance. This is the formula that elite performers follow, whether they realize it or not. Every workout becomes evidence. Every practice becomes evidence. Every challenge becomes evidence. When pressure arrives, they do not rely on emotion. They rely on the evidence. The athlete who is prepared thoroughly does not need to convince themselves that they are ready. They know they're ready because they have built proof over time. Confidence rises and falls. Trust remains. That is why preparation matters so much. Preparation is not simply physical development. Preparation is mental insurance. It gives you something to trust when pressure arrives. Freedom is not the absence of pressure. Freedom is the presence of trust. Let me give you a life story here, some adversity. The lesson of pressure are not limited to sports, folks. I once spoke with a person who unexpectedly lost a job. They had held for years. Overnight, their routine disappeared. Their confidence dropped. Their financial security was threatened. And every day, they felt heavy. Like many people facing adversity, they spent weeks worrying about the future. What if things never improve? What if I can't recover? What if this setback defines me? Eventually, they made a simple decision. Instead of trying to control the future, they would focus on controlling today. One application, one phone call, one opportunity. Slowly, momentum returned. Confidence came back, not because certainty returned, but because trust returned. They learned they could adapt. They learned they could recover. They learned that they were stronger than they thought. The same principle applies to pressure in sports. Freedom comes when you trust your ability to respond. Let's talk about leadership under pressure. One of the greatest tests of leadership occurs during difficult moments. When pressure increases, people naturally look towards leaders for direction. If the leader panics, panic spreads. If the leader remains calm, confidence spreads. I once studied a business leader who guided his company through a major crisis. While someone else rushed to react, he repeated one phrase over and over again. Slow down so we can speed up. He understood something many people miss. Panic narrows vision. Presence explains it. Because he stayed calm, his team stayed calm. Because he stayed focused, his team stayed focused. Leadership is not about eliminating pressure. It's about demonstrating how to handle it. The leader who can remain composed under pressure creates freedom for everyone around them. Yes, folks, there's a cost of playing tight. Playing tight comes with a cost. It costs opportunities. It costs confidence. And it definitely costs growth. Many people spend years playing not to lose. They avoid risks. They avoid challenges. They avoid situations where they might fail. Unfortunately, they also avoid situations where they might succeed. The tragedy is not failure. The tragedy is never fully expressing your potential because fear convinces you to stay small. Most people do not fail because they are incapable. They fail because they stop trusting themselves. Most people don't fail because they aren't capable. They fail because they stop trusting themselves. You got to learn to play free in life, folks. Playing free is not just a sports lesson. It's a life lesson. Parents need it, leaders need it, entrepreneurs need it, and students need it. Every worthwhile goal contains uncertainty. If you wait until you feel completely comfortable, you will spend your life waiting. Playing free means trusting yourself enough to move forward without guarantees. It means taking action despite uncertainty. It means accepting that mistakes may happen while refusing to let fear make your decisions. The people who will change their lives are rarely fearless. They simply trust themselves enough to move forward anyway. Let me ask you a few reflection questions here. Where am I allowing fear to steal my freedom? Am I playing to succeed or playing not to fail? What evidence have I earned that proves that I can trust myself? What opportunities am I avoiding because of pressure? And how would my performance change if trust became stronger than fear? What is one area of my life where I need to play more freely? Ask yourself those questions, folks. Answer those questions. And let's close this out. The greatest performers in sports and life are not pressure-free. Pressure still exists. The stakes still matter. The moment is still significant. The difference is that elite performers refuse to allow fear to become the focus. They trust preparation. They trust discipline. They trust themselves. So the next time pressure arises, remember this. You do not need to be perfect. You do not need to control the outcome. You simply need to trust what you have built. Pressure may be in the stadium. Pressure may be in the boardroom. Pressure may be in the classroom. And pressure may be in your life today. But pressure does not get to decide who you become. Pressure does not get to decide who you become. You do. Play free. Trust yourself. Let it fly. Pressure may be present. Fear may knock at the door. But trust answers. Confidence responds. And performance follows. Thank you for listening to this podcast today, this valuable lesson on pressure. Have yourself a great day, and make sure you move forward. You can have all the talent in the world, all the training, and all the experience, but if you can't handle pressure, adversity, and doubt, you'll never reach your true potential. That's where the inner game comes in. Mental performance is the hidden edge. It's what separates those who rise from those who fold. The mentally tough don't break under pressure. They grow through it. They push forward when others stop. And that's exactly why the Power of the Inner Game booklet was created. This free resource will help you strengthen your mindset, take control of your thinking, and unlock the performance level you're capable of. Get your free copy today because the battle is won in your mind. Hit that link in the show notes below for your free copy.